Welcome to Lesson 6 in Unit 20, A Playground for All. In this lesson, students will work to answer the question, how can we keep the playground from getting too hot? In this lesson, students investigate how energy transfers from sunlight to heat up playground equipment in ways that can make it unsafe. Students then design ways to make their playground safer for collisions and from heat. Students figure out that light can transfer energy from place to place. Students make connections to the storyline by learning how heat can be a safety issue and how designing a playground with different materials can reduce equipment from getting too hot. There are several opportunities for ELA and math cross-curricular connections throughout the lesson. You can look for specific standard connections in the Unit 20 Teacher Guide. This lesson will take approximately 3 days to complete. To begin the engage portion of the lesson, you'll remind students that they've learned that the surface of a playground can impact energy transfer during collisions. Then you'll show a video about the dangers of heat on the playground. You'll ask students what they notice and wonder. You'll revisit the driving question board and add any new questions and highlight any others connected to the learning goals of this lesson by calling attention to questions about how we can prevent surfaces on a playground from getting too hot. You'll ask students what they think causes playground equipment to heat up. For the Explore portion, you'll set up the Too Hot to Play investigation using the provided instructions. You'll ask students how they can learn about how playground surfaces can get too hot and how they can investigate different materials. You'll have students use the Too Hot to Play student journal page during the investigation. For the Explain portion, you'll bring the class together and lead a discussion about students' observations from the investigation. You'll use the provided questions to guide your discussion around the question, how can we prevent playground surfaces from getting too hot? The goal of this class discussion is to analyze student data and explain how energy transfers from electricity to light to heat and how this energy transfer parallels what happens when sunlight shines down onto playground equipment and surfaces. You'll use the discussion to create the Lesson 6 summary chart. From the discussion, students should understand that what the materials on playground equipment and ground are made of can make a difference in how hot they get in the sun. Materials that get too hot can be unsafe for kids. During the discussion, you'll allow students to revise their answers in the Too Hot to Play student journal page. For the Elaborate portion, you'll show students the rest of the video from the Engage again. You'll then ask students what solutions were used to keep the playground from getting too hot. You'll then divide students into their architectural design teams and revisit the architectural design process student journal page. You'll share that they will develop the model for component number 3 in the Designing a Playground component 3 student journal page. Students will reference the Designing a Playground component 3 rubric for what to include in their design. If you're using physical materials, have them ready for this section. For the Evaluate portion, you'll have students complete the Section 2 summative assessment. To support student sense-making across the unit, you'll orient them back to the driving question board. You'll ask, what did we learn about how we can keep playground equipment from getting too hot? If there are individual questions that have been answered, remove them from the driving question board and place them on the summary charts. You can use this as an opportunity to answer the section driving question, how can we make our playground safer? By the end of this lesson, students will have made observations to produce data about how energy transfers from the sun onto playground surfaces. In Lesson 7, students explore simple machines and how they can be used to design playground equipment to be more inclusive of people with different needs. For more information about this unit, visit myscipartners.com.